fall. Huh?
Getting chilly.
Yeah, it is, well, but I want to show my jerseys.
My jersey, Tough Mudder.
Oh, you did it? You actually did Tough Mudder?
Did it by myself.
Was it fun?
You know, the first time I did it with Matt and a couple friends, but they're getting old now. They didn't want to do it again, so
fuck you, I'm your brother's
I had
age.
to do it by myself.
This is Irie Child, man. This is a beautiful friend of mine that I've known my whole life, literally. How'd we meet?
In diapers?
Yeah, right? Literally. We were little kids, and his mama used to babysit my brother and his brother, and we're the same age. Both sets of brothers are the same ages. So, and he lives in this fucking badass van behind me. He goes all over, you know, the United States, mostly the West Coast, and he just finds work and keeps his life going. And he lives with this awesome cat. And who is Misha?
Misha, a little travel cat. Been on the road with her over a decade. She's about 13 years old.
Is she 13 now?
A little chunky.
We should have got her out for the video. Do you like any sports?
Honestly, no. I mean, I have gotten into disc golf more since I started traveling, just because I find free courses everywhere.
For sure.
On the beach, in the forest, like in all kinds of places. But when it comes to like team sports, I've just never been interested in.
Not even like motorcycle racing. There's not a particular sport, if you will.
I mean, I used to watch a little bit of UFC. I mean, I've been to
watched that
motocross
last
events and like. I like seeing it live, but when it comes to like just watching a team play, it's like not too interesting.
That's how I am with like golf, bro. Like I'll play the fuck out of golf and suck at it and have a great time, but turn it on TV and I'm like, dude, turn that off, bro. I can't want to put me to sleep. That's how you do it.
Yep.
Next question. Oh, how do we meet? We asked that already. Who is Misha? We asked that already. Man, this isn't going very good, buddy. Can you help me out here? I'm fucking sinking. What's your favorite color? It's a real question, bro. It's right there.
Honestly, I've always been about red and black. Either if I'm not wearing solid black, when I was a kid, I was wearing red. I used to have like a bunch of red Dickies.
What pants do you wear, dude? I'll give you these if you want. These are Levi's. What size do you wear?
Like 30.
Oh, you're oh, fuck no, you ain't gonna fit these. I thought of you though.
But usually
so
I'm
red
wearing
and
black.
For sure. The guy that's always in the woods is wearing black. That's kind of trippy, right?
I mean, as I've gotten older, though, it's like you catch me like wearing camo pants and then like a fucking tie-dye top. Like,
yeah. And more about my brother here, fucking more into his story a little bit. This video isn't going to be super long, but he's just a very free-spirited person, and he kind of goes by his own rules. And how do you go about making money on your journey?
As of now, I started a new job, which is a nice traveling job, working with a family member. But
I didn't even know that.
Over the years, like I've used temp services. There's places like People Ready. It used to be called like Labor Ready.
Yeah.
Shit like that everywhere.
Okay.
Where I could show up, work that day, get paid that day, not have to do any kind of hiring process.
That's killer.
And all the time they offer me full-time jobs, but.
And the next question is, how do you get paid? And I'm sorry to interrupt. How do you get paid physically without a physical address?
Everything is digital nowadays.
That's not an issue, huh? That's dope.
Like even the temp service, like they gave me a card, and like literally as I'm walking away from the job, sometimes the money would pop up on the card.
That's killer. That's great. We were born and raised in Stockton, California. Hard town. We're talking about it earlier.
Dude, I just rolled through Stockton. I went down March and West and Waterloo. I took the whole fucking Stockton street.
You buy the old house and shit?
Fucking seeing people doing burnouts, seeing crazy shit.
Welcome back to the hood, baby. 209 all day. Did you go by the old pad?
My old place?
Yeah.
I was about to.
And Shaggy's old pad right there and shit?
I was about to. It was funny that I looked at the Google Maps, the street view.
Yeah.
And like they have a fence there now.
There's a fence on your pad now?
Yeah.
There wasn't.
And right at the fence, there's a boxer and a chihuahua. It's just like we had when we were living there.
Trip.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like 20 years later.
That's like
some things never change.
That's a trip. Was that RV that you lived in the same RV we used to play in when we were kids?
Huh? No.
You remember that one we used to when we were teenagers? We'd mess around in that RV and have fun, make videos with the back camera and stuff. Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember when we beat you up and took all your clothes? No, that was Smiley. Excuse me.
Hey.
You were part of beating up. Okay.
Do that to Josh.
Our fucking mutual friend Shaggy and Smiley Josh, we used to beat the shit out of Josh. Shaggy and I used to beat him up all the time. And one time we stripped him down to his underwear. But we made him a fighter, though. He was knocking people out when we were done with him, and because he used to get bullied. So it was for a lesson to bully him, believe it or not. Even though it was hella mean, we used to beat him up hella bad and take all his clothes and push him outside and lock the door.
Like, take my clothes off. Like, I would remember that. That tormented me as a child.
So, excuse me, I was confusing you with Smiley. All right, back to the list. Have you ever had any tickets or issues financially with living on the road?
Not involved. I mean, there's been very rare occasions I parked somewhere where I knew I was taking a risk that I'm not supposed to be there at that time.
Yeah.
Off 99% of the time you get away with it, but sometimes you wake up in the morning and there's a tick slipped on your window.
Ooh.
But other than that, I haven't had any major issues.
Were they expensive? Like $50, $100?
So they've kind of varied. I mean, just like in a city, it'd probably be like $30-$50.
Okay.
But like there was like even in San Diego, they started like that law against people living on the streets. Like no one can live
in residential areas or anything.
Anywhere within San Diego city limits. You can't have an RV or trailer or a van or recreational vehicle of any sort parked on the city street between like 2 and 6 a.m. Just like a 4-hour stretch in the middle of the night.
You're just pretty tinted, so you can get away with pretty good, right?
But still, if they come by and see this, it's obviously like someone's.
It's set up.
It's like someone's living.
It's set up. Like, those 20s roll for you all right, and all that crazy shit you do in the fucking wilderness?
Dude, it's crazy how many off-road places I've taken this already, and people are like, 20s aren't meant for that condition.
No, they're
and
not.
It's like, it's not, but you know how many places I've taken?
They're nice wheels. They're not all scraped up. The van's in good condition.
I've taken my vans in so many off-road places. They're not really built to be.
These are heavy.
It's all about just, I know how to drive. You got to read the terrain, know how your tires are touching.
You ever get snowed in or waterlogged in?
I've gotten snowed in.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Yeah.
But you've always got food and shit, so you're probably prepped pretty well.
Snow has been my only scary time living on the road.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I bet you that'd be spooky.
I almost went off a mountain one time.
No way. You almost want to tell us that story?
I was looking for a cabin in the middle of the woods. It's this place where they let people go and camp out. And it's just up on this crazy mountain. And it was during the snowy season, but this back road I was taking, it's a 1-lane road all the way up, and there was no snow directly on the road. There's snow on the mountain and stuff.
You got fronted. They fronted you, dog, with that snow.
But I went all the way up to a spot where there's a short little stretch of snow because the shadow of the mountain on the side was overcasting it, so it wasn't melting out there. I parked my van, got out, and like walked up it, and I was like, all right, like the snow isn't too far, and the rest of the road is clear, so I'm just gonna try and drive my van through this little stretch.
Yeah.
But it's also uphill incline.
Right. What state were you in? Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I started going up it, like I started going back.
Oh,
and
fuck.
the side of this mountain was a mountain that I would have rolled for a couple minutes. Like it was.
Damn.
I'd have been lucky.
Could have been the end of old fucking Irie, bro. Back to the list. Excuse me. Would you ever consider buying a plot of land?
Yeah. I haven't found anything at this point that's made me want to change my nomad lifestyle. I mean, at some point, that's one of the main things I miss. Like even coming out here in this orchard reminds me of it. It's like I miss having a place to grow.
For sure,
grow my own food and products.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because.
Have you tried in there?
No.
Or up top?
When I do my box truck, I'm gonna have a lot of like solar, like where like windows of sorts, like solar vents.
Yes.
And I'm gonna have a little garden up front, like above my bed in the back. I'm gonna have a giant window so I can sleep underneath the stars.
That's killer. Very nice. That sounds peaceful.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, look forward to it. I really hope. I've been trying to get my little brother to get on YouTube for
I'm
years.
Definitely gonna video that.
Years. He's very intriguing young man. Just very talented, extremely kind, and he just likes to be alone. He loves people, but he kind of likes to just be himself, and I respect that. My hat's off to you. I love you. I respect you. This is Irie Child, and I'm 730, or 730 going old school. 7 Keratin. Y'all have a good one. Look out for him. When he gets his channel, I'll tag him together. What? How long was that? 10 minutes.